Okay. Sorry about the late start here, everybody. That's my bad. I take full responsibility for that.
It is not Blind's fault.
For one.
I got moving late. We were out visiting a friend, and we can easily lose track of time. But that is neither here nor there. I said it was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got home and my computer went a little slow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's jealous.
But that is neither here nor there. This is D&D. And because we're late, we're going to jump pretty much right into it tonight with a very quick recap. So, last week, the party decided to begin their adventure. Well, actually, I guess they finished their fight in the pit and had their party. They did a few other little shenanigans in the city of Inthalna before heading towards the city of Tolis. Upon arriving at the city of Tolis, they began to be inspected, as is the custom in entering the city. During this inspection, a seemingly random guard in the crowd cried out, accusing the party of murder of city guards, having no way to really defend themselves against their innocence, and their messenger not being able to account for that particular day with them. The party was placed under arrest and was thrown in jail in the city of Tolis. As the day was beginning to end, you guys are kind of thrown in jail, kind of in the evening. So you guys are currently in jail. And as it is beginning to get darker and darker outside, some of you have some very small windows at the very top of your jail cell. That's probably maybe 4 inches tall and 6 inches long, and that too is barred.
Oh, never mind.
But you guys are currently... Huh?
I heard that as a bard, not barred.
Well, they are barred.
Barred windows.
So... That is currently... That is where we currently left the party, as you guys are currently sitting in jail, waiting for whatever is to come of this.
Yeah.
So,
wait till my father hears about this, somebody's going to lose their head.
If your father ever does hear of this.
Oh, and you guys are in individual cells. You guys are not together in any cell. Still manacled from with magical shackles.
Oh man, that defeats my ability to use message to talk to my allies. Oh.
You guys are within shouting, or like within talking range. You guys aren't drastically apart from one another.
Okay.
You guys are essentially in two in a row. You guys are across from one another. So basically, what we have at the end of the hallway, we have Denock and his skeleton across from one another. We have Valinar across the way from Cardin, and then Katya, you're in the very last cell with nobody across the way of your cell, but your allies are to your left and kind of catty corner from your cell.
Hey, Arctic! Welcome to the stream, my dude!
Welcome back.
Back again.
Welcome, Arctic. We hope you enjoy. They're currently in jail.
Sorry. I didn't do it this time.
Well, I think we kind of did, but we didn't know what we were doing.
If he's referring to what I think he's referring to, it was self-defense.
Oh, I know.
What guards?
Like I said, we did.
What?
I don't know.
Well, hold on. Aren't you in the curled up in the fetal position?
Yeah, no, I'm curled up. I was talking as a player. I wasn't talking as a character.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
Ah.
Yeah, no, Valor was kind of curled up, muttering to it.
What guards in their right mind? You know, it's not important. I quit.
Rip, are, like, with the manacles, is it one solid block like the sea stone shackles in one piece, or does it have a chain in between the two cuffs?
For you guys, there's a chain.
Okay.
Out of boredom, I'm gonna start moving my arms to make the chain do a wave.
Okay. It rustles.
Are there bars on the door? Or is it like a wood door?
No, you guys are in a metal jail cell where there are bars.
Can I
wanna try
squeeze between the bars?
No, you cannot fit. Not in your currently masculine form.
Damn.
Would my fist fit through, like, on either side of the bars?
You could put a fist through it. Like, the rest of your body isn't getting through, but your fist can fit through.
Okay. I'm going to, Karn's a little ticked off, so he's going to try and, like, punch both of his hands on either side of one of the bars to try and break the chain in the middle.
Okay. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Yeah, like, I know it's magical as a player, but Karn didn't do that. So.
Ooh.
I don't think that'll work. A 10.
10. Tang! Yeah, no go. That's a sturdy
bad.
chain and... Yeah.
I do have a silly question for the DM, and I think I already know the answer to this. Since I am wearing manacles that are supposed to prevent magic, wouldn't that technically undo whatever effect has caused me to have a masculine form?
You would think, but as you check yourself, you are still 100% male.
Ah, okay.
I mean, if it didn't negate my skeleton.
That is true. Okay.
I just like the fact that they actually put the skeleton in a jail cell.
They didn't really know what else to do with it. So as you guys are kind of there are two guards like at the end of this corridor. Like you notice on your way down that the only way out is through a singular door, and there are two guards standing in front. Oh, excuse me, in front of that door. Sometime later, some guards actually come in and distribute meals to you guys. They are not great.
How do you expect me to eat with these manacles on?
They put the food in your like kind of through a little slit at the bottom of the cage doors, and the one guard just kind of figure it out or don't eat. Either way, I don't care, and moves on to the next cell, kind of sliding the food in through this area.
Well, that's fine. I'd rather starve to death than sit in this jail cell.
Suit yourself.
Katya.
And he kind of finishes his rounds and then leaves.
Katya ignores the food.
Denock does not. He just tries to figure out how to eat.
Well, you guys have some wrist movement. It's not like a whole lot, but you have some. A lot of it is, again, this is basically what they give you is like overwatered rice, with like a little bit of salt.
Whoa.
And
What was that?
Was that
somebody left and joined at the same time? Like,
oh, I didn't even hear it.
Did you? Wow, the whole Discord thing just changed.
We do not have Vert.
Yep.
What the hell happened here?
oh, he just went offline.
Oh.
His Discord may have broken.
It did kind of break for a moment there. Like, I went from... Usually we have, like, a list of people that are here.
Vert, you good?
It turned into, like, a call screen with, big block squares for everybody. I'm like, what happened?
Oh, I know that problem. Yeah. Yeah,
I've
you
never
good?
seen
You
it
back?
before.
Vert, you back?
I think so.
All right,
That was
cool.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's never happened before.
Yeah.
Wow, Discord, thank you.
Right? Discord. Still some of the most
How do
valuable
you-
stuff out there.
Now, how do you
Rona,
make
can
me
you
go
hear us?
back?
But
Rona, can you hear us? Just to make sure
Yeah, I
that.
can hear you. I can hear
Okay.
you.
Alright, so like I said, the food is basically overwatered rice and like some stale bread. It is
Cool.
not very good. But it is a free meal.
Cardin eats it, obviously.
Right. For Cardin,
Really?
actually, it's not. For Cardin, it's actually surprisingly not the worst thing that you've ever had.
Not surprising. I feel like that first meal that Innkeeper gave us last time, the very first meal, was probably the worst thing Cardin's ever had. I'm
You'd
joking.
be
It wasn't quite
surprised.
that bad. Cardin's had some weird shit.
So, eventually, sleep would take you guys, unless there is anything you wish to discuss as a group while in the jail cell.
Not to the group, but I do ask the guards one question.
What is that question?
I asked one of the guards, my servant, for lack of a better word, skeleton over there, I will lose control of him come morning unless I recast the spell, and he will simply become a mindless wandering undead. Should I be allowed to cast a spell with a licensed spellcaster among your group to verify that I am casting the same spell to control him? May I recast the spell? Simply so that he does not attack others.
They kind of look to you and look to one another and kind of to your skeleton and just like the one individual is kind of like, we'll have to send it up the chain of command, which won't get a reply until morning. But as of right now, no. It's in a cell. It's not going to be able to do a whole lot.
Guard,
Very well.
guard, I have a request.
Yeah?
You see, my wrists are small and frail, and these manacles are rather paining me. I don't suppose I could convince you to kindly remove them from my wrists. I promise I won't do anything funny.
The the one guard looks to you, blinks slowly, turns and looks at his other guard, and they just start laughing.
Please?
and they walk away.
I saw that one coming.
I flip him the bird.
I say, could your skeleton get their keys, slip out and get their keys before morning?
The ribcage would get us in the way.
Couldn't you just use a skeleton key?
But Tish.
Enoch turns, looks at you, and simply says, "If it were not for these manacles."
Oh, what would you possibly do to me? Oh. Do I recognize whatever motion he's trying to draw for this?
Simply, it looks like I'm slapping something in the air. And you've seen me do this to Cardin enough times, you know.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh, you won't get silence out of me. I will not be quiet. This is an outrage. I'm offended.
Go to sleep.
All right, Karen.
Cardin goes to sleep.
Do you want to see their manager as well?
The things I would do. The things I would do if I could see their manager, as you say.
Eventually, sleep takes all of you. It is
I
uncomfortable.
don't want to sleep.
You don't have to.
I'm going to try my hardest not to.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to stay up all night. You now have a point of exhaustion.
Sweet.
But the next morning comes. It is a uncomfortable sleep for those of you who choose to sleep. And you wake in the morning stiff and sore and kind of cold as you are basically sleeping on cement ground. In the morning, the two guards from the night before come around again with some more overwatered rice and stale bread and serve it to you.
No, I won't eat it. You can't make me.
You're not eating a second meal?
Wait, I do have to ask, before I make such a terrible decision, how long are we supposed to stay in these cells?
You don't know.
I was asking
Question.
the guard.
Hold on. You said you asked the guard?
Yes.
Okay, and what was your question, Dinoc?
We threw our weapons, not our packs, right?
Yes, technically, but all of your gear, said from like, your armor would have probably been taken from you and put into holding. So like Valinar would still have his armor, but not his shield or mace.
Oh yeah, I know that, but like rations.
I'm gonna probably say no, because I'm assuming you guys would have kept it like in your packs and stuff, and they would have taken your packs to put into like holding for process to look for evidence, most likely.
Mm-hmm. I had to check though.
Yeah. You ask the guard, and the guard kind of goes, "Don't know. They tell me to just stand here."
Did you get word about the spell?
Not yet. It's still early morning.
What time of the morning would you say?
At this point in time, it's still really early, so it's probably 6 or 7 a.m.
Then the skeleton is out of my control.
Is that when you cast it last time?
I cast it the moment I woke up last time.
Okay. Okay. You kind of can feel it fading, and you watch kind of now as you turn and look at the skeleton as it kind of like turns and looks at everybody and then slowly begins to walk into the bars with this clank, clank, clank kind of a sound.
Carter goes back to sleep.
I'll try to down my food.
After he eats, Carter will go back to sleep. Because there's
Okay.
really nothing for him to do at this point.
Yeah.
So after about 20 minutes of the skeleton just walking into the bars, I turn to the guards and say, and that'll keep happening until I recast the spell or you get rid of the skeleton. Clank, 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 clank.
The
Fine.
guards kind of look at you and kind of go, unfortunately, we can't do a whole lot until it comes down the chain of command. But we should have something here soon.
Fair enough.
You sound like you really love your job.
No response. About an hour and a half later, after listening to this, almost 2 hours of the skeleton clanking against metal, most of you are about ready to just pop at this point with the annoying noise. The guards look kind of agitated as well before before the door behind them kind of opens, and you see an individual kind of slip, or another guard slip these guards a piece of paper, and they kind of open it and read it and just be like, okay, looks like we're instructed to either ignore it or put it down. The one guard turns and
Clank.
looks to the other with the clanking in the
Clank.
background, and then one guard goes, I vote we put it down.
Like,
As long as you don't break the bones, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Okay. They basically just kind of walk to the cage and shoot crossbows at it. I mean, they kind of just walk up to the gate. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 2 crossbows with their damages and stuff. It eventually falls to the ground, immobile. It didn't look to have shattered any bone. They definitely probably chipped a couple just due to the fact that they're crossbows. But it still looks like if you are...
repair.
Yeah, exactly. If you were to come back, you could reanimate it. At least that's what you gather, since you kind of have a front row seat to them demolishing your toy.
Now, here's a question. Did their bolts hit the bag that is
No.
hanging off of his collarbone?
No, I rolled for that too.
Okay. Then I got nothing.
You guys are left in here for several hours.
exciting.
Pretty soon, lunchtime rolls around, or at least what you would believe to be lunchtime. Dinok, you would know this to be closer to 11:30 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And the individual that you guys had basically surrendered to earlier in the day comes in and comes in. He's got his armor on again, and he's kind of standing there, hands behind his back, and he kind of goes, "All right, standing like kind of in the center of all of you, and kind of looks at the skeleton and is just like, okay, we're gonna start with questioning you guys one by one.
Oh.
And we're gonna start with you," he says, and he looks at you, Cardin.
Oh, great. Oh, great.
A couple of extra guards kind of come forward with him.
Before they open the door, I just call out, Cardin, please cooperate with them. If we can get through all of this and clear our names legally, we will be in the best situation we could be.
Okay.
But Rodano wasn't paying attention to that. He mind links with Cardin to tell him don't fight them.
Ooh, that's a question. Does that connect?
Because it's a racial trait.
It's a racial trait.
I would say that yes, it does. You kind of hear the voice, Cardin and Valinar. You feel the connection form.
That's good information to have too.
Mm-hmm. The two guards kind of step into the cell with you and begin to escort you out. And the captain kind of follows and takes you out of out of range of the other players. For the lack of a better term here. He takes you down a hallway and into a room. And as you enter this room, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Wisdom.
Zone of truth.
Oh, Zone of Truth. Yeah. That's a 21.
That is a 4.
Yeah. No, Kalishtar.
Oh yeah, Kalishtar.
Kalistars have advantage on wisdom saving throws, so that is a 21.
Yeah, that's nice. The mental discipline or dual mind one too.
The dual mind.
Dual mind. That's what I thought.
Yeah. So, okay, you guys walk into this room. You are sat at a table, and your handcuffs are handcuffed again to the table itself.
How big is the table?
The table is probably about the size of like 4 of those folding card tables put together. So probably 5 by 5.
Okay. It's a bolted to the ground.
You don't know. You didn't really look.
Fair.
And the captain kind of sits across from you. He kind of sits down and goes. He is a human, kind of a tanning complexion with this peppered gray beard and hair kind of matching. And he's got a couple of scars that kind of stick out from the corners of his armor, kind of running up his neck, and one that kind of runs along underneath one of his cheekbones and under his eye. And he kind of, so you and your party are being accused of killing guards in the surrounding areas, kind of toward the north of here. What can you tell me about this?
Well, in the woods north of here, you say?
Northeast, but yes.
Yeah. We were asked by the village of that area to recover a couple of their children, younglings. I mean, to be fair, one's an elf and a gnome, so aging them is not really
So,
accurate. This
he kind of looks. He looks at you and he goes, "There is no village to the northeast of here."
You're thinking of the wrong one, card.
Great. That's about par for course, though.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really say anything.
Yeah, this is how Cardin recounts it. Because I
Kind
mean,
of goes, "Okay, let me try again. You are being accused of slaying men with their griffins. Do you recall fighting some men and griffins in a woods a number of days ago?"
I remember fighting bandits, but I do not remember fighting guards.
Were these bandits on griffins?
The bandits, I don't believe I recall very well, because we sort of chew through whoever we were fighting. As Cardin would recount it, he's not going to say that he went to like 2 HP.
He kind of looks at you. Okay. Can you accurately describe these individuals and their beasts that they rode?
I'm not right sure that they had beasts, but I do know that we I know we fought someone.
Are you? So I have to ask: is Cardin trying to deceive about the beasts?
Is
Or
Cardin
just
throwing
not
bullshit
straight
out of his ass?
Yeah,
No,
or is Cardin just not remembering?
Cardin is just not remembering.
Okay. I need to know because if you depending on what you're doing, that depends on what the role is.
Yeah,
if there needs to be a role, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, Cardin is just
I
not.
very much remember what happened.
Yeah,
Cardin's an idiot.
Not. Cardin to him,
Okay.
unless there's like a fight where he faces like a unique opponent, like the demon lord or whatever, like a demon, they just sort of like blend together for him. So
Okay.
Makes sense.
because I mean he fights, that's sort of what he does. Yeah, so Cardin's like, I don't recall if there were griffins or if there were even if they fought with beasts. I remember fighting this 3-headed dog at one point. I remember fighting a couple griffins at the beginning of our journey. They attacked us during the night. I remember fighting a lot of people. We just fought in an arena in our last city. So we've done a lot of fighting. I don't necessarily recall all of the information about every single one of those fights.
Okay. So by that logic, you very well could have killed guards of our city, and not only not have noticed, but judging from your posture, not have even cared.
I mean, to be fair, look at me.
Oh, I am.
Oh. Oh. We're gonna be executed.
Okay.
Yeah, TPK, TPK.
Well, then.
Well,
I think that's all that I need from you.
Well, if we fight them in a fair fight, I don't care. If it was in cold blood, then I would care.
Okay. He begins to stand and unhandcuffed you from the table and begins to lead you back towards the room where you are put back into your cell, and Valinar, you are removed from yours. In the same manner as Cardin, you are taken down to this slight interrogation room. Upon entry, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Would I know what it's for?
You would not.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
Again, because of your Kalishtar, it's with advantage.
21.
Wow.
Alright. Okay. Alright. So you enter the room and you are cuffed to the table like Cardin was. And sitting across from you is the captain. So you are being charged or accused with killing city guard and their griffins. What can you tell me about that?
City guard and griffins. I can't say anything about guards, but we did fight some bandits with griffins. They tried to rob us.
Can you describe these bandits?
Not very well. I can say one of them did get away. And I remember they did seem fairly well equipped for bandits. We tried to scare them off before we fought them. Or at least I tried to scare them off.
When you say well equipped, equipped with what?
Question to the DM. Would I remember that? I don't think I just remember them being well equipped. Not equipped like bandits.
Okay. So you don't remember off the top of your head?
Okay.
Okay. I would probably say no.
Okay.
I mean, like you said, you said they would be better equipped than your run-of-the-mill bandits, but if you don't remember what they were equipped with, then you probably just don't remember.
Okay. So no, I don't quite remember that. Just that they were better equipped than most run-of-the-mill bandits.
Okay. What about their griffins? Did anything about their griffins stand out to you?
Their griffins were trained. We had just fought some griffins a few nights before that attacked us during our sleep, and these ones were obeying commands of people instead of just grabbing people and flying into the air.
Okay. Did these individuals announce themselves to you as city guards or as bandits?
Well, they were following us, and we told them to come out, and then they demanded money. They seemed a little surprised we saw them, though.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for your
God.
story.
Well, thank God.
Oh, geez.
Not a disadvantage. That's an 11.
11. Okay. Kind of listens to your story and kind of, you see him like jotting down some notes and stuff, and kind of goes, okay. What did you do with these men after you killed them?
I don't quite remember. I can't remember if we burned the bodies. we fought a lot of bandits and crazy people recently. Some of them we burned the bodies, some we buried. I think there was one.
Your redheaded associate was very nondescript in the things that you have fought.
Yeah, he just likes to fight.
Well then. So it is very possible that you have killed some of our city guards and their griffins, possibly left their bodies to rot or be burned in a forest, slightly northeast of here. And yet somebody returns saying that you have slain them, roughly in cold blood.
No. We don't kill in cold blood. Even in a fight to the death, I saved people the enemy that were dying whenever I can.
This guy cannot roll for crap today. Kind of, okay. Well then. I do believe I have all the information that I need from you. We will question your other friends and determine a verdict. And he stands and leads you back to the cells. You were placed back into your cell, and Dinok, you are removed from yours.
Oh, I'm next.
Yep.
By this point, Katya has passed out. Couldn't keep his eyes open anymore, so he's just...
Okay. You are taken to the room. As you walk inside, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Considering my magical knowledge, would I have knowledge of, like, as I feel this, would I think, oh, zone of truth? Probably.
With your history. Roll a general intelligence check for me.
Intelligence roll, Roger.
12. I'm gonna say with that roll, you probably put it together, but it's too late, if that makes sense. So I will ask for the wisdom save, but as the effects kind of are in place, you kind of, it's that spell. 18. Okay. Okay. You are sat down before and chained to the desk as well. And the guard captain kind of stands there and just sits down slowly and just... So, you are accused, you and your party, of killing members of my guard and their griffins. You are identified. We have a witness that places you there. What can you tell me about this?
The only people that we fought with griffins were a group of bandits just south of... Okay, quick question. What town and what direction was it?
You guys were in between the city of
Bahrain?
Bor and Baran.
Baran? Yeah.
So you guys were kind of northwest of Tolus, which is in the center of the island here.
Thank you, keen mind.
I had to remember things the hard way.
Yeah.
We were between...
Also, that's another interesting question that I want to ask you. Did you have keen mind at the point of this fight?
Ooh.
Ooh.
When did I get keen mind?
Because I think you guys hit level 4 after you fought, or when you guys reached level 4 when you returned with
to get the messenger?
Well, hold on. What did I make that creature?
I want to say it was after we returned with the messenger.
Yeah.
So I think it was after we fought the breeder.
That sounds about right.
Because you guys hit level 5 after your fight in Deja. So I want to say you guys fought the breeder troll at level 4. So you would have gotten the keen mind feature probably on your way, like when you would have re-arrived at Dagbor with Ada. You would still remember where it happened just because you are very intelligent.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But in terms of like recalling details perfectly, you will not be able to.
So we were somewhere between Dagbor and... God, I can't remember any city.
Baran. Yeah, I'll give you that. It's easy enough.
We were somewhere between Dagbor and Baran. We had been sent by the mayor to hand out the letters that our friend Ada has. Don't know if you know anything about those, but we were sending them to each of the city leaders. We had some complications, had to go back to the city, and ran across bandits riding griffins.
And what can you tell me about these bandits?
Let me think. Other than the fact that they had slightly better equipment than you would think a bandit would have, not that much. Do you believe they asked us to hand over our gold when we saw them? So, I don't know about you, but that definitely sounds bandit-like to me. So I just assumed they were bandits. Though, from what you're saying, if they're gods... Oh dear. I'm sorry, I must ask this question. Is there any chance they were under a secret mission to disguise themselves as bandits?
If they were, it came without my permission.
Yes.
So, not likely.
Then...
What can you tell me about the equipment they wore?
better maintained at the very least.
Hmm.
I I deal with bodies after they die, usually. My city had a few bandit problems, and I took care of them. Generally, though, my city had a much better off equipment than any bandits ever would, so they just left the equipment with the bandits. And as I'm cleaning the bodies, preparing them for rituals for the dead, I do deal with their equipment, and most of it is broken down, worn out. Even some of the sharpest knives couldn't cut butter, even with a fire enchantment. So, anything sharp enough to cut flesh, definitely better than anything any bandit I've ever seen.
What do you know about their griffins?
Trained, at the very least. Though to what degree I'm not sure. They seem to follow orders, to an extent. As much as any animal can.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Denock.
Oh boy. Well, thank God for decent rolls.
Okay. Okay. I believe I have everything that I need from you. I will speak with your last companion, and then we will arrange for a verdict to be reached.
Oh, quick question though. Did the first one, Carden, our usually angry friend, did he cause any problems?
Define problems.
Did you have to replace any of the furniture?
No, we did not.
Oh, thank goodness. The last time he got upset, he broke a door.
That's why
And he wasn't even like super upset. I mean, I guess he was raging, but like still.
He stands and uncuffs you from the desk. You're still manacled, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
You are taken back to your cell. Katya, you are woken up, and
What?
if they must dragged to the interrogation room.
I'll stand up, but I won't be moving very fast.
Okay. You get pushed along down this hallway, and as you kind of enter the door, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oof. This is gonna be with disadvantage, isn't it?
No, because it's a save.
Oh, okay. Still 14.
Okay. Alright, you fail.
Uh-oh.
Katya, you are under the effects of Zone of Truth.
Alright.
Which means you can only tell the truth.
Oh, because I totally had plans to lie about everything. With my life on the line.
Now, here's a question. Is it the truth according to Katya?
Yes. I cannot willingly tell a lie inside the zone of truth. So, to the best of my ability, it has to be the truth or some semblance of it.
Yeah.
I thought Zone of Truth with a...
Huh?
Yeah, Zone of Truth is a charisma save throw.
It is.
Is it?
I thought it was... Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was...
Yeah.
I thought it... Yeah. I'm looking at it. I thought it was wisdom. I don't care.
Uh-oh.
It's fine.
I just thought
Charisma check? I might
That's-
be able to pass the charisma.
You don't want to pass this one. I wanted to auto fail if I knew it was Zone of Truth.
Yeah, unfortunately, you guys just aren't, like... You guys don't know what you're walking into, and because it's a mental thing, it's kind of something that your body instinctually resists until you realize what it is, and sometimes that can just be too late.
Like with me.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have 100% just accepted it.
Mm-hmm. But they don't tell you what they are about to do, so because of that, they are... and because you don't see the spell being cast, because as a cleric, he would have been able to identify the spell, but because he doesn't, he doesn't see it. He just doesn't know it's happening until it's basically too late.
So, in a kind of grand irony, they're casting Zone of Truth, but withholding the truth that they've cast this zone to begin with.
You don't know?
I don't know. If they didn't tell me about it, then they withheld that information.
I mean, who said anything about them casting it every time you guys walk into a room?
Oh.
Anyway,
Either way,
you
I
are
didn't see it coming.
cuffed to the table, and you are sat down before this captain. And he looks at you, and he kind of goes, "So, you are being charged with murder of guards and their griffins.
So I've heard.
It's not looking good for you guys.
I'm sorry?
Tell me what happened. The guards and the griffins that you guys fought to the northeast of here. What happened?"
Well, let's see. We have been sent on a mission by Mayor Zio to deliver some messages to the city leaders around the region. And we reached the city of Baran, and upon meeting with the mayor there, or the leader, or whatever you want to call him, he told us we needed to go back to Dagbor, speak with Mayor Zio again, and bring with us a messenger that is widely recognized throughout the region, which is how we ended up with Ada. On the way back to Dagbor, we were walking through the woods one day. I believe it might have been
That is a
close
lie.
to evening.
Because you guys encountered the individuals on your way to Dagbor. You did not have Ada with you when you guys fought
I'm
them.
just telling as I remember. As I remember.
I thought he was saying that it was a returning to.
I understood
Yeah,
that they went and acquired Ada and were returning to Baran.
No,
Oh, I must have misspoke. I meant we were
Okay.
returning to Dagbor to get Ada.
Gotcha.
yeah, that's
Okay.
what I got too.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
I just misheard then. That's my
Possible.
bad.
So we were on the way back to Dagbor to fetch Ada and we were walking to the woods, and we were set upon by these men that acted very much like bandits. They approached and they said, "Your money or your life." And me and my companions just kind of laughed. Said, "Okay, we're not paying anything." And then they raised their weapons at us. And at first it was one guy, but then others walked up from the bushes, and they were armed and they were riding griffins, and then they proceeded to attack us. So everything we did was out of self-defense at that point. We did injure one guy who did manage to get on his griffin, and his leader, I guess, shouted, "Warn the others!" And then he flew off. And when we finished them off, we examined the bodies, and at that moment, underneath their clothing, we discovered that they were pretty well armored for bandits, and their equipment was well maintained. It was unusual, and since then, I have been worried that at some point we were going to be set upon by some rogue thief, what do they call that? Thieves Guild or something like that? Or maybe a highwayman's union?
Oh my god. The gear that they wore, the armor and stuff, can you describe it to me?
The details are a bit fuzzy, so much has happened since then. It was either some form of iron, or maybe it was chainmail? No, that doesn't seem right. I don't know. I just know normal bandits don't have armor like that. This was not... But it wasn't out on the outside where it was easily recognized as, these are city guards. They were dressed as though they were bandits, but armed as though they weren't.
What can you tell me about the griffins that they rode? Anything standing out to you about them?
They looked like griffins, big, with wings and vicious claws and beaks, and they wanted to tear us apart. I mean, but when we left from Dagbor to begin with, on the way to Baran, we were attacked not once, but twice by griffins in the middle of the night. And so I didn't think anything of it when we were attacked by men with griffins, other than, well, maybe there's like a griffin nest or something, and they owned griffins from this nest. I don't know. They look like griffins.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion check with... Yeah, I'll have you do it with disadvantage.
Oh no.
No!
Oh. I mean, the 15's still okay.
Yeah.
Could've been worse.
But that crit...
I mean, yeah, there's just...
if I had just slept last night. I didn't sleep very well.
That's your own fault.
Stressed. I'm just so stressed.
Okay.
Well, even Valinor slept last night.
You watch as the guard captain kind of stands and uncuffs you from the table. You're still manacled. Leads you back to the holding cells. You are replaced into your cell, and he walks over to the guards who have been standing watch over you guys since you guys have been placed in here, and he begins muttering with them briefly.
Mutter.
Yes.
Should I finish my nap, or?
By the time they're done muttering, he kind of nods and just kind of goes, "I'll be back after a bit with a verdict." And he leaves.
As soon as
I'd
he
say
leaves-
finish your nap, Katya. We'll be
wait,
here
what
for a
did-
bit.
What did you all tell him?
Carmen's already asleep.
Valinor, who's curled up back in a ball, by the way, just says, I told him what I remember.
Okay. Wow, you guys are lucky.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Okay. Probably after an hour or so, the guard captain kind of comes back into the room, and he approaches you guys and kind of goes, "You guys have been found not guilty on all charges. We as the guard in the city apologize for holding you by mistake, and that the guard that pointed its fingers at you will be held responsible. And we would also like you to know that he has already been apprehended and is being questioned elsewhere.
Do we get
You
to
are free
watch
to
what happens
collect-
to him?
You are free to collect your
Rain in your
things
blood, love.
and return on your way within the city." And the guards step forward and unlock
Thank
all
you.
your guys' prison cells.
God.
The one that unlocks you, D-Knock, kind of goes, are you taking that thing with you? And he kind of turns and looks at the skeleton pile in the cell across from you.
Actually, I'm not taking him. He's coming with me.
Okay. You would be given back your spell components. Well, actually, you would have to carry it to the upper levels. Because you would be given your spell components and stuff upstairs.
Aw, man!
I know it would have been, but unfortunately, they have an order in which they do
Come
things.
on, man! Rule of cool! Rule of cool!
I mean,
Question.
to be fair, I'll say sure, but you're gonna have to provide that piece of flesh and blood yourself.
Answer why, please? Because if they're in my... Okay.
Well, you don't have your gear with you.
Just pull off a scale.
I mean, yeah, basically. Like, I know it's not consumed, but at the moment you don't have it with you. But if you were to pull a scale from yourself, you would have the blood and the flesh, and there's bone dust now in the room where the arrows hit it. Does it make sense? You just don't have your component pouch with you at the moment.
So I have a question, DM.
Yeah.
One, would Valinor have been able to change his spells around?
Yes.
Okay. And two, would he still have his holy symbol?
Your holy symbol is a necklace, and it's not embedded into anything, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, they wouldn't take that away from you.
Okay. Because Valinor doesn't want to see anyone carry a skeleton. It'll do it. I think I just posted a couple times. Valinor's gonna cast Animate Dead.
What?!
You steal his skeleton for all.
You can take it back once you have your components.
I just envision Valinar like doing the oh god, is that Les Mis, the Les Mis thing? Anything you can do, I can do better.
You son of a bitch! That's my stick! That's my stick! Quit encroaching on my stick!
And this doesn't look bad at all, guys. You know, nothing like we've got half the party. One of our guys will just fight anything and everything, and the other two are animating the corpses, and we're trying to prove ourselves innocent.
Bernard just says to Neok, think about how it would look if we walked out of here carrying a bunch of bones.
But when you turn to say that to Denock, you see one of his nails under a scale getting ready to pull it off. And he is just staring at you like, did this motherfucker really just?
Bernard kind of shrugs and tells the skeleton to follow his orders.
You also notice that the guards are undeniably perturbed by this. Everybody but the captain, that is. The captain's kind of like, meh.
I hand control of the skeleton over to Denock, because I don't want an undead following me.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Look at it this way, Denock. You got a free day of your skeleton boy. You didn't even have to use a spell slot. Eventually you guys are led out. Your guys' equipment is returned to you. And you guys are met at the doors by Otta. Who
by the way,
go back.
The moment I get the ability to, when I get my stuff back.
Mage armor, okay. Okay, you have mage armor up.
Yeah. Because I will forget otherwise.
Mm-hmm. I trust me, I know how that works. Excuse me. You guys are met outside by Otta, who's like, oh, thank the gods. I was afraid that we lost you. Oh,
Either the god himself who accused us mistook our identity or willingly singled us out simply because we were a group of travelers. I prefer it to be a case of mistaken identity.
I'm just not going to question it. I don't want to go back and get involved in all that again.
Fair enough, and I don't blame you. Yeah, so I don't even know what to say, guys. How was the night in jail?
Uncomfortable, to say the least.
Katya
This one didn't even sleep, as I point my thumb to Katya.
Katya just gives a death glare to both of them.
Well, I will say that the tavern here has a very fine selection of beds. It's great for travelers. We'll be able to find it this evening when we need it. The nightcap is what it's called.
The nightcap.
Now here's the question. Since we were arrested, even though the charges were proven false, will that give us problems?
I have no idea. I would assume not. The only people that might know you were even arrested were the people who might have seen it, or the people who see you walked in or out of that place. So guards mostly would know, but now that you've been cleared, they probably won't hassle you about it too much.
I should hope not. I really have plans to go to the library, maybe even a magic shop.
Also, so above game really, really fast, I want to tell you guys this. If it wasn't for the fact that your guys' stories were straight and that you didn't talk about it in the jail cells, you guys had a fairly good chance at not being found not guilty.
Gosh.
Because that's what he was murmuring with the guards about, was like, you know, were they
Did we
corroborating stories? Because 3 of the 4 of you failed the check, or the saving throw, or succeeded the saving throw, sorry. And they know that.
Yeah.
Which means the only way that your guys' stories were to match up would be if they were the truth. So it was already doing well whenever Valinar and Dinok's story matched up for the most part. But then when Katya failed the check and it still matched up,
Yay!
that kind of was like sealing the deal, other than him checking with the other people about what you guys had done during the time. So, yeah, congrats on that, guys. You guys managed to get out of jail without fighting your way out.
You mean that was going to be an option?
To be completely honest, I did not write any paths for you to get out.
Oh.
I was going to leave it up to you guys to see whether or not you shot yourself in the foot or not.
Oof.
Cardin, on the other hand, led strong with a nice 12 gauge to the foot.
As he does.
I mean, that's just sort of what he does.
He immediately starts talking about the guys. Was that Deja where we had all those problems?
Yeah, I think that was Asia.
He talked about fighting in literally every place but the forest.
Of course.
So, as you guys leave the city and have a moment to kind of move around, Otta informs you that he has already put into motion a meeting for the town leader in order to receive the writ or summons that you guys are to deliver to the individual who rules here.
Awesome.
So how long do we have until that meeting?
Hard to say. I submitted a request. They said it'd be processed today, so maybe tomorrow. Vom is a very impatient man, so it'll probably be tomorrow, but he might even try to summon us today. But I wouldn't worry about it until somebody comes looking for us.
So should we stay in one spot then, or are we free to go and do what we need to do?
As long as we move as a group, and he kind of like holds up a what is it called? I'm trying to think of what it's called. Essentially, it's like a small plaque, decorative plaque of the mayor's symbol. It looks to be like a wooden plaque with like a crown and a scepter kind of carved into it. And he kind of goes,
Sounds like either a sigil or a seal.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like inlaid or is it carved?
It's carved, and like I said, it's like he's holding it in his hand, like fingertips on the edges, in his kind of smaller hands.
Okay.
So it's probably a
Like a business card almost.
kind of, but bigger and made of wood.
The closest thing
a placard.
that this world has to that.
Think of like any kind of like world comic of like ancient China or whatever. Whenever they have those like the tokens of like an ancestor or something like that. I cannot remember what they're called, but
or how about we go with a any
Memento?
fantasy isekai RPG kind of thing guild card.
yeah,
Sure.
that would work as well. So because they'll find us using this, but we need to stay as a group.
Oof. Okay.
Well, Valmar wants to go to a library. I can tell you that.
At
Oh,
least
perfect.
three
Well,
of
that's
us
two of us.
do. Make it three.
Oh, Cardin, I guess you're stuck then.
You kind of hear a low sigh from Oda as well.
Otta's probably read like every single book in their library, so.
Well, he doesn't live here, and he kind of goes, "Okay, well then, follow me." And he leads you guys to a library inside the common ward, which is the ward that you guys are permitted access to at the moment.
Awesome.
You approach a library. The outside seems kind of simple. It's a kind of a smaller building, not necessarily huge or anything like that. It's just very simple on the outside. The name reads The Cap. Just the and CAP.
Must be owned by a relative of whoever owns the nightcap.
You're not sure?
Or maybe a descendant of a captain in the war.
You kind of you guys enter, and you guys can see a human male, kind of probably mid-30s, you'd guess, kind of standing behind a counter, and he kind of turns and sees you guys and goes, welcome, can I help you? Anything you guys are looking for? Oh, sorry, pardon me. Welcome to the Cap. My name is Dunce, and this is where you have access to all of the...
Sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm sorry, Rip.
Oh my god.
Just know that is not Denock laughing. That is wrong.
Yeah.
I assumed this was above game. Oh,
Yeah.
don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. This was meant to be a play on words humor thing.
It
Thank
works. Welcome to the Cap. My name is Dunce. Oh no. Oh, that's good. Oh. What's his last name?
He doesn't have one.
Oh. Damn.
He kind of go, and he kind of just continues saying, "You guys are welcome to peruse the library. Just do not leave the grounds with any books. He will know if you do."
Gotcha. Can you point me to the section that contains books of knowledge about the weave and how magic works?
You're looking for magic, huh? You're gonna want to look on the second floor, the back right hand corner. There should be
Second floor, back right hand.
there should be 2 or 3 shelves there that deal specifically with magic and its origins.
Ooh. All right, that's where you'll find me. Thank you.
Yep.
And Katya immediately heads in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Valinar is going to ask about books on Kalishtar.
Hellish stars. Ah. Don't know if we have many books on that. However, if we do, they would be in probably Ancient Races, which is actually second floor, back left-hand corner.
Second floor, back left.
Your options there are going to be a little slim.
Worth a check. Me, that's where I'll be.
Okay. D-Knock, anything you looking for?
Technically not really. Just gonna go the same place Copia did. Though he is going to ask anything about maps.
Maps of, like, what era?
Ooh.
Specifically, like the ones where the world broke, the Demon Era to current.
Okay. I think I got one map. I'll have to look for it, but I'll let you know if I find it. For you guys, what in the hell is that? He says, pointing at your skeleton.
My servant?
You know what? I'm not gonna ask, but if it makes a mess, you're gonna clean it up. And for you, sir. He kind of like looks you up and down, Cardin.
Picture books for him.
Children's section? Question mark?
No, I would. Do you have any? Do you have any books on fighting?
Where did that accent come from?
Are we looking for like martial paralysis or the luck of a thief? Details, boy.
Martial prowess, or like
So like a soldier's instruction manual.
like or maybe even more like martial arts, like HEMA manuals. I know that doesn't necessarily translate into D&D, but like like the historic European martial arts manuals, like sword
Gotcha.
fighting manuals, stuff like that.
You're looking for the Avatar scrolls. Yeah, those are going to be first floor, kind of over on the right middle section. There's going to be several sections there for you to sort through.
Sounds good. We have time, I think.
Anything for you, sir? And Otto's just like, no, I'm just going to peruse. Of course. Whatever you need. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of go in order there. So I'm going to have Katya roll an investigation check for me.
Oh no. Disadvantage. Oh, 17 or 17.
Dang.
Okay. After flipping through several books and looking for different information on things that might be connected to the weave. The general information that you get is that the weave itself, the magic of the world, comes from excuse me. It comes from the gods themselves. Every god has power and magic, and that they make up magic. They make up the different points of the weave, and the weave can be tapped into by the smallest and the largest creatures known to man. This magic allows for individuals to perform essentially superhuman feats. The weave created by these by the gods seem to have some limitations based off of people's own abilities, but they don't know where those abilities may stop or stem from. You also, with that role, come across a theory. It's not an actual factual origin of anything, but there is a theory listed about the origins of essentially the origins of wild magic that is uncontrollable from to anyone. There has not been anybody in history that has been able to tame wild magic or control it. The theory is that the magic itself comes from originated from excuse me, originated from one of the original elven wizards, one of the first wizards ever to exist. They believe it came from one of these wizards and a pact between another powerful entity, whether that be a god or a lesser god or even a demigod itself. They believe that is the origin of this magic. Something between organized management and chaos, which is where wild magic comes from.
So
That's
between
really,
wizard and warlock.
kind of. Again, they don't know where this would have originated. There are working theories on where it originated, but there does not seem to be anything listed, or if you don't manage to find anything in this library about that either.
Is there anything that's relating to better controlling the weave, or theories on how it becomes tangled and how to untangle it?
With that role, you do not find anything in this library.
Okay. But having a better understanding is a good start.
Valinar was next, I believe, right?
Yep.
That's why I asked. So, Valinar. You are looking for what again?
Information on Kalistars.
Information on Kalistars. Okay. Go ahead and roll a investigation check. And is there any particular information that you are looking for?
Not really. 14?
Okay.
I guess if he's looking for anything specific, he's looking to see if there's anything about that shadow creature that Denox saw.
Okay.
That you guys still aren't sure I actually saw.
Just kind of keeping an eye out for that bit.
Yeah. Nothing about any shadow creature. You find some of the older information that you already knew. Kalishtar's, are housing two souls.
Yeah.
One of their own and an ancestor. In this book, there's actually a belief among some individuals, because Kalistars are so rare, that only one can exist at a time.
Oh, kind of disproved that one.
Let's see. A lot of that is also believed to be that the fact that because they're so rare, because it happens so infrequently, and the fact that those that existed previously have been known to go on to do great feats with their lives, and often just expire without having any next of kin. Other than that, it's there are a couple of records of Kalistars having a weird sense of deja vu, essentially, with just very random and different things in their travels and stuff like that, and they can't explain why they feel that way.
Okay.
But other than that, with that roll, unfortunately, that's about all you get.
Okay.
So, all right, and then that'll bring us to Denock. Go ahead and make your investigation check for, or you're looking for magics. What are you looking for under the magic category?
Let's just some quote lesser magics, cantrips, first levels.
Okay.
Things that would give me a little bit more versatility once I'm out of higher level spells.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your investigation check.
Oof.
15? Okay. There are several spells depicted in these books about whether or not, about different things that can be used as essentially crowd control, having things that give a little bit of a little bit more control with the field, and allowing you to do just some very different magics that are very different than what your current repertoire is. However, as this is a library, a kind of a free to use library, there are no scrolls of these spells. As those are something that you would have to probably purchase in like a magic store of some kind. Let's see. You're specifically looking for something for combat?
Yes. Something, while useful in combat, is not a directly damage enemy spell.
Right. Something that kind of catches your attention.
Ability.
Something that catches your attention as a kind of a lower level spell is a spell called Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Kind of
I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
Okay. I don't know what your spells are, dude. So, I'm just saying that's one that stands out
Real
to
quick,
you.
look at my. You can look at my spell list.
All right. Let me grab
Might help you out
real quick. I mean, sleep sounds pretty interesting until you put it into practice. It sounds great. The ability to be able to put mobs to sleep. It sounds great.
Yeah.
But let's see. I mean,
going to a magic store would probably be my best.
Yeah. It probably will be. They're probably going to have a lot of different things, especially being here in the capital. But again, like I said, there's a lot that is depicted here. There just isn't a whole lot of
Actual stuff.
Yeah, like again, they talk about lots of different spells that could be very interesting. They talk about creating an animal from nothing but a puff of wind. Being able to move very quickly for a period of time. Magic that can hide your identity. Magic to bring somebody who may have not seen you so favorably before more favorable now. There's several spells that kind of catch your attention, but again, no actual information on them other than like a name, who they were created by, that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you would probably have to visit a magic shop in order to learn these spells, but you have a good idea of what they are. Dunce does come and find you and be like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't have a map of that era here. You might be able to find one in the Crown Ward library, however. The known book there has got a lot of material that my library does not carry.
I'll have to check it out if I'm in the area then.
Sorry I couldn't be more help. And he wanders off. Cardin. Roll an investigation check, buddy.
Cotton will roll an investigation check.
Oh boy. Somehow gonna be in that.
4.
Fully expecting that 20 right there.
Actually,
Brain blast. 4. Okay. You begin heading towards the direction that he kind of pointed you to. And something at the end of one of the aisles kind of moves, and you turn quickly to check out what it was, and you don't see anything, so you wander down the aisle for a moment, kind of looking for what might have caused that quick movement. And as you kind of duck around a couple more aisles, you eventually find it. You find a cat that is currently wandering the library slowly. And as you kind of oh, nothing to really worry about, you turn around and realize you are lost.
I want to try and catch the cat.
Good kitty.
Great.
Now, what are you chasing it for?
I'm just trying to catch it.
You'll find out when you catch it.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to go and you're trying to catch the cat?
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of turn back to the cat and you bend over and you pick it up, and it kind of as you pick it up.
I pet the cat.
It purrs in your arm.
Good.
Yep. I was expecting like one of the like the Arya Stark training monologue from Game of Thrones where she's trying to catch the cat.
It seems pretty tame as you picked it up and are kind of petting it. It seems fairly tame.
Mm-hmm. I just start walking around petting the cat.
Okay.
And then I'll look at whatever book when the cat gets out of my arms. I'll look at whatever book happens to be in front of me.
War and Peace.
After a while, the cat kind of jumps out of your arms and begins to kind of walk on top of the bookshelves, eventually finding a small spot in sunlight near a window where it curls up and begins to take a nap. You kind of turn and look at the bookshelf next to you, and it seems to be... I mean, you can read, right?
Yeah, Carter can read.
Okay.
That's the one thing he can, like, that's his one in that. He can read and he can combat.
Alright. So you kind of turn and look at the book that is currently on your right. And it seems to be it seems to be a biography of some kind. You're not sure of who.
Cardin's going to attempt to read it.
Okay. You pick it up and begin to kind of read about it. You read about a man named let's see, this would be a human man named Jonathan Burnham. Sorry.
For a second, I thought you were going to say John Bonham.
No, no, Jonathan Burnham.
What is that?
Of all people, you should know Vert.
Oh, yeah.
This is the biography identifies him as one of the 4 old kings, an individual who used to rule the land with an iron fist before essentially the day of the apocalypse. You learn that his reign was cut fairly short as he offered to lead a platoon of individuals to prevent any demons from entering the area during the rise of the island that you guys are apparently currently on. And that island, you now know, later became known as Isurus.
Isurus.
Yeah.
Isurus.
But that's what you read. After several hours in the library, it begins to get real close to evening as dinner begins to fastly approach.
Cardin is surprisingly absorbed in this biography.
Don't have to have a connection to the weave to recognize that I'm getting hungry.
You guys eventually meet up kind of back at the front of the place. Cardin, you eventually find your way back. It takes you a little bit longer, and it was more of a, Cardin, we're leaving! Fine, go without food. That really drawled you to the front of the store.
Yes.
Yeah. So you guys gather together at the front of the cap, and you begin to exit the library. Dunce kind of waves at you as you leave, and just kind of come again. You guys step out into the surprisingly still busy street of the town. People are still moving about fairly rapidly and going about their day.
When the door is shut behind us, I do mutter to the group. I didn't want to say anything to his face, but did anyone else have to hold back a snicker as his name?
Yes.
Hold back a snicker? What, you didn't hear my loud laughter? I'm surprised I didn't react.
Surprised he can introduce himself like that with a straight face.
Well, Ada, where was this nightcap you spoke of?
It's over this way. And he begins to lead you down the way towards what looks to be a modest tavern. Across the street, you actually see a bar. It's specifically a bar. Called so across the street from the nightcap, you have a bar called Homebrew.
This entire town is gonna be puns.
Great.
And so you guys head into the nightcap?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Inside the nightcap, there is quite a bit of people inside as they are, beginning to settle down for the evening, getting dinner. Plenty of drinks are being served, and you actually see a dark elven female.
Whoa!
Running
Dark
the bar.
elven?
Yep, a dark elf, female dark elf. Running the bar. You can see her kind of moving quickly and up and down the bar and just taking orders, serving drinks. There seems to be somebody in the back making food, as this place is fairly busy for the moment.
Nightcap. Oh, I see.
You only just now got the joke.
I was writing in my journal. Somebody's gotta keep track of what's going on.
Anyway, boys. Lyrda, round for me and my friends. And she kind of looks over and right away, Ada. Just be with you in a minute. And she begins going right back to work. Buying you guys a drink as you guys just got out of prison.
What's
I
your
know
name?
it sounds odd, but water?
What about it?
You said you were going to buy me a drink, so water?
Considering you didn't sleep at all last night, I do believe any drink would knock you off your feet.
The hardest water that they have here. How about that?
Vodka.
Would I notice the difference?
Trust me, between this place and Homebrew across the street there, these places have the best drinks in town.
Well, I was going to ask for the hardest thing he can get.
Well, Otto's not paying for like heavy stuff. He's paying for essentially a round of their mead or ale here.
Yeah. Well, I'll have that, and then he's going to order the hardest thing he can get.
Okay.
That's what Carbon is going to do as well.
Well, do they have anything like that fine wine back? What was that place? Was that in Dagbor or was it in Baran where I got the misses?
The misses?
Yeah.
I believe that was Baran.
Baran. Do they have anything like that here?
Yeah, they have something like that here. Not sure how it will stand up to Baran, but sure, it's good.
Because that's something I could drink.
Okay. He kind of waves over and just yells, change one of them to a girly drink.
Katya smiles.
She kind of nods and begins to pour drinks for those around her and for you guys as well.
One girly drink.
Okay. So okay, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Oh, there we go. So you guys are given a round of this this lady's brew, essentially, from what you understand. It is a dark colored, looks to be ale, with a very almost charcoal like smell. Those are the ales. For you, Katya, you're actually served something very similar to that of to the misses. It's very fruity and it smells almost like grapes.
Delicious.
She kind of sets the rounds down and kind of goes, enjoy it. Some of the best, dark elf made and brew around. And at this point in time, you guys order your harder drinks. Are you guys looking for just like one glass, or are you looking for like a bottle, or?
Probably a bottle.
Yeah, that'd probably be about the same.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Whichever one's bigger.
A bottle is definitely bigger.
Yeah, then a bottle.
And you guys are looking for the fine stuff, so that would run you about 10 gold pieces a piece.
That's fun.
Good thing I'm just having a normal ale.
Yeah. A normal ale runs you basically a silver piece.
Well, I'm just having what Otta's given me.
Right, gotcha. Okay. So nothing there because he's paying for that. So yeah. Unless you guys are wanting anything extra.
Cardin is going to challenge Valinar to like a drink contest.
Oh boy.
Like the one in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Trying to remember that one.
It's where Marion is facing that one drunk dude, just doing shots.
Here's the question: Valinar, do you accept?
With everything going on in his head, yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna have you guys roll contested Constitution checks.
Oh, well, I'm gonna lose. I'm going against the barbarian in
Oh! Oh, God.
5.
7. Neither of us did well.
Okay.
No.
So, but that's fun. These are checks to see how quickly you can down the bottle. So the first part, Valinar, Cardin is pulled just ahead. Go ahead and make another Constitution check. Both of you.
Not 20. 22.
Oh,
Dang!
With that, you guys, Valinar, you kind of begin to catch up with him, and Cardin, you see at this point, Valinar and you both are like in the last quarter of this, the last quarter or so of this bottle. Go ahead and do one more Constitution check, please, for both of you.
19.
Damn.
And a 6. And with that, Valinar, you before Cardin finishes his off, Valinar, you outdrink a barbarian.
Damn.
And now I need both of you to roll a Constitution saving throw, as you now feel the effects of the alcohol hitting your system.
19.
15.
Oh,
15?
wow.
Okay. Yeah, Cardin's got a ridiculous save, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are definitely feeling it. You guys are considered drunk, and you guys have finished your bottles that you have purchased. And you are, like I said, you are considered drunk.
Valinar mumbles very softly, and I don't know if anyone can hear him or not, about actually getting out of that one legally.
How close are we sitting then?
I mean, you guys are all at the same table, so if you would like to hear him, go ahead and make a perception check. It's not going to be a very high DC. It's just you have to make an active one because of the people around.
Any of my perception will be with disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Just 7. So, but I still got higher than
3. Katya, do you want to roll? Yours is also at disadvantage.
14.
14. I would say Katya would probably pick up on that one, even with a 14. Because it's not like you're trying to, like... Yeah, what did you say then?
Managed to get out of that one legally.
There you go. Basically, he's like, managed to get out of that one legally.
Managed to get out of what? What did you manage to get out of?
That cell? You know where we just were? And find locked doors? Bars?
Yes.
I sat like this and he fills up into a ball again.
Would that suggest that you got out of a cell in the past?
On that note, I'm going to bed.
But we haven't had dinner yet.
I will say, for the sake of brevity, you guys eventually eat something and turn in for bed.
One second. Cardin challenges Katya to a drinking contest.
I do not accept.
Okay.
Just sure.
Actually, you know what? Why the hell not?
Oh no!
I'm tired enough to not care.
What are you guys drinking?
Oof. Go easy on me. I'm not a heavy drinker.
Okay, we'll drink. I look at the bartender. I say, give us some of that spicy water.
Oh no!
She brings over some more ale for you guys, basically. Who's paying for that?
I didn't make the challenge.
Carden.
Okay,
and
so-
Carden. Yeah.
Carden, go ahead and mark off 2 silver pieces for 2 mugs of ale.
Okay.
And as you guys begin to chug against one another, both of you make Constitution checks. Both of you at disadvantage.
Oof.
I'm just sitting here. Give me a dinner. That's all.
6.
Yeah, just go ahead and mark off
11.
like 3 silver pieces for
Oh,
a
wait.
modest meal.
That was a safe. I
Drink. The hell are you doing with that?
That's an 11.
Uh, Okay, how about you roll the right thing, Carden?
I did the second time.
No, you
You
didn't.
rolled strength.
Oh.
Are you wrong? Are you wrong?
14. There we go.
Okay, 14. Carden, you have the lead in the first third here. So you guys go ahead and roll another set of challenges.
Constitution.
20?
20 or 20? Oh no, wait.
Alright.
I'm the 7. Never mind.
All right, and with
You
that,
were feeling pretty
Carden,
confident.
and with that, Carden, you managed to finish off the glass of ale before Katya. You are very drunk by this point, but you have managed to best the sorcerer in your party.
Not talking.
And to be fair, I look over at Kadia and I go, "Ugh, that's my second one in a row." And then I go to bed.
All right.
I try to
You guys-
go to my room and go to bed.
You guys have a
I
meal
use my
and-
wait. I use minor illusion to conjure up an image of stairs in front of him.
like on the wall
Yep.
beside the other stairs.
So what?
Like, are you putting them beside the other stairs or what?
Yep.
Alright. Carden, roll 1d100 for me. 50% or higher, he hits the wall. You walk into a wall. You
And I
begin
act
to
like
walk,
nothing
and all of a
happened.
sudden, poof! You dispel the magic and pretend like nothing happened as everybody turns and looks at Carden as he's like on the ground, just blinking slowly. You get a few snickers in the crowd.
Then I finish my drink.
Like I said, you guys eventually have meals and drink, and you guys eventually get a long rest and sleep. And as you guys prepare for the next morning, I think we're going to go ahead and take a really quick break right here. And I say break because I do want to go a little bit later tonight, if that's okay with you guys, to make up for some of the time. Everybody's good with that?
Yep.
I only have till midnight, you know.
Well, you still have
My
another
time,
hour,
my
so.
time. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make up a little bit of the time that we missed earlier. So we're gonna go ahead and just take
Fair
a
enough.
really quick break here, guys,
And make up
we'll
for
be
the
back.
fact that the three of us don't stream anymore.
Yeah, I'm working on it, but it's yeah. Also, Arctic. I love that. Are you kidding me? I would kindly tell the guards to fuck off. Oh, yes. Anyway, guys, we will be back here in just a few minutes, so stick with us, and we'll be back in just a little bit. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us through the break. Like I said earlier, we're going to go a little bit later tonight just because we got a little bit of a late start tonight, and I want to make up for that time. So, with that, we're going to go ahead and keep on rolling. Excuse me. Through here. The following morning, you guys wake up. Cardin, you have a hangover. Katya, you somewhat have a hangover. You didn't drink as much, but you did not sleep a whole lot. You also have gotten rid of your point of exhaustion.
Sweet.
And you feel a lot better. But still not feeling great in terms of the alcohol consumed. Valinar, you do have a hangover as well.
Okay.
Denox, since you drank responsibly, you do not.
And very rarely will Denock ever actually have a hangover. I'll tell you that now.
Fair enough. You guys awake the next morning and gather downstairs to order breakfast, I would imagine.
Yep. Ready for breakfast. Definitely ready for breakfast. That should help some.
Okay. Everybody downstairs for breakfast?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You put in your order for breakfast. A modest meal is 3 silver piece. So mark that off per each of you. As you guys are all kind of sitting down, you guys have ordered your breakfast and you're looking around. Denock. You glance around, just kind of looking at people, that are kind of either still in the tavern or back at the tavern. You're not really sure what. Eventually...
I do want to point out, I did recast...
Animate dead, I was assuming.
Just for official sake, I now do have full control over my boy.
Yep. Okay. Like I said, you're kind of looking around the tavern, and you see these individuals, and eventually your eyes kind of come and just glance around your own table. And out of the corner of your eye, you catch a shadow. And you turn your head to double take, and you see that same shadow looming over Valinar again.
Not so loud.
What? What's the matter?
It seems to be floating, and for whatever reason, now that you're closer to it, it seems to have greater details to it. You make out what appears to be a pair of glasses on its head, on its face, resting on the bridge of its nose. The top part of the shadow seems to have been some kind of a robe. You're not quite sure. There's no markings on it, at least not that you can see. And there's that square in the neck again. A white square standing out against the void of black. It's kind of hovering over Valinar.
I don't want to alarm you, Valinar, but You remember that shadow I mentioned?
Yeah.
This again.
Yeah, it's right behind you again.
Well,
Oh,
I was going to
that's
look behind him.
Yep. You turn around and you don't see anything. Denock, you see Valinar looking straight at this thing.
Yeah, you're looking right at it. Dead in the eyes. Or sunglasses, actually.
Sunglasses. Like what I'm wearing?
Glasses.
Glasses,
You can't tell if they're sunglasses or not. You can just tell that there's some kind of glass, like glasses-like frame on the face.
Well, I was going to try and wave his arm in that area.
Yep. You wave your arm out in front of you, kind of. It doesn't. It seems to be like slightly chillier in that area, but you're still kind of hungover too. Dina, you watch as Valinar kind of extends his arm and passes through this figure.
Yep, you just went right through it. You just went right through it again. Yep.
I don't know if it's the hangover, but it does feel a little cool. That area. Might be the
Y'all
hangover.
are insane.
Yeah, you don't see this either. You or Cardin either don't see this. Nobody, no. It appears that nobody other than Denock sees this at the moment.
You're losing it, Denock. You're losing it. How much did you have to drink again last night?
Just the one ale.
Are you sure you didn't have more after we left?
Yes.
As you turn and talk to Katya and then turn and look back, it's gone.
And it's gone.
See? I told you, you're crazy. Maybe you didn't drink enough.
Drinking more is never the solution.
Tell that to Cardin. And Katya looks at Cardin.
Drinking more is never the solution.
Drinking war is always the solution.
Lana shrugs, I tried.
So, have we heard more about this meeting with the mayor?
Not yet. Otta has yet to come downstairs. Actually, you say that, and Otta is probably coming downstairs.
Ah, I call that comedic timing.
Yeah, and he's kind of like, haven't heard anything yet. You can kind of see him rubbing the sleep out of his eyes. He seems to be just as tired as you.
Well, you told them we would be here, yes?
They know where to find us, yeah?
Then all we can do is wait.
Exciting.
Might as well listen to...
Can we visit the Crown District today? Or Crown Ward? What did you call it?
Otta's like, I didn't call it anything.
Did I? I must have dreamed that. I definitely must have dreamed that.
What is
I don't think anybody...
You want to go to the upper wards. You have you have the royal ward and the crown ward, but I have not mentioned these to you.
Oh. Must have dreamt it then. Either way, yes, I want to go to the... I want to go to the big library.
Well, unfortunately, the only way we get into the crown ward is with a summons.
Oh. I guess I'll never know then. I'll never find the answers I'm looking for unless I can go there.
Someone's typing.
That's me, sorry.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if it was going to pick up or not. I'm trying.
It picked up.
Yeah. Okay. As you guys are eating breakfast, eventually a small human female kind of comes in and goes, Ada, your request has been granted. This right after lunch, Vom is wishes to meet with you and your company. And Ada kind of goes, okay. The pass? Oh, of course. And she kind of hands off a like a small pass for you guys.
Does that give us access to the crown ward?
It will, but only once. We have several hours to kill. So my suggestion would be to first eat breakfast and then do any other shopping that you may want to do, and then head to the next library.
Okay. Fair enough.
Magic shop?
Magic shop.
There is one here in the common ward, yeah.
I'm sure the better stuff is in the upper wards, but I'll take what I can get for now.
Well, most individuals do not in the upper wards do not shop. They already own everything. So a lot of it is located here in the common ward.
Oh. Okay.
Anyway, this way, as you guys have probably already finished your breakfast by this point, he leads you to a small store, kind of a simple abode, and you can read the sign outside that reads, "The Lame Wizard."
Wow, they must have some great stuff here.
You guys enter, and you guys see a man kind of quickly turn around, and he's not what you expect. He's got a human-like kind of face, but the rest of his body, except for his arms, is that of a large reptilian and green scaled snake.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And he just turns, "Yes, may I help you?"
Ah! Sorry, I'm not used to seeing you.
And then you just see out of the corner of your eye, Enoch just kind of like, then what am I?
You're a dragonborn. I don't know.
I'm sorry for this racist.
I'm trying the best I can, but there's just so many odd-looking individuals that I just don't see back where I'm from.
Well, isn't that good for you? Welcome to my shop.
Okay, at the risk of sounding rude and insensitive, which is definitely what I'm about to sound like here, were you born like that, or like me, is it a magic mishap?
I was born this way.
Ah, I see. Well, I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna go look at some fancy things now.
Okay. Anything
Katya walks
particular
over the
you are?
group.
Is there anything particular you are looking for?
I have an interest in possibly magical items that might be able to alter my appearance.
Okay. Sorry, you gotta remember that doesn't really limit anything. There's tons and tons and tons of items that do various things.
Can I give you a suggestion?
Maybe.
Look for something that would allow you to retake your original appearance, if only for a short while.
That would be, yeah. That would alter my appearance. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. Let me see.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit spacey right now, kind of
Go.
getting to the edge of my limits.
I understand. Go ahead and roll an investigation check, and the rest of you be thinking about things that you are looking for in this area.
Kaboom. 21. Look at that.
21, okay.
Very nice.
Give me 1 second here. I'm looking for a particular thing here.
There's a thing. Ooh.
Yep. Okay. You find, kind of looking through, you actually find a scroll. It is a spell. It is a spell scroll of Disguise Self.
Okay, so I pick up the scroll. I'm gonna guess that I can't just look at it and learn the spell. I'm gonna have to take it and purchase it and something like that.
You would have to purchase it, yes. And unfortunately, because of the way sorcerers work, you actually can't add it to your spells known, pretty much in any capacity. So when you would have to use the spell scroll, and it would last for an hour, non-concentration. But I don't think the spell itself actually is concentration, but that is not the point. You could, though, because technically that is a sorcerer spell. That would give you reason to swap a spell for that spell upon leveling up.
Okay.
Because sorcerers know pretty much all of their spells, their spell list, and can change out spells every time they level up.
Yes.
But yeah.
So essentially, I'm previewing this spell. Cool.
Those are the low-level ones that you find anyway.
Okay.
For that particular kind of a thing. What are the rest of you kind of looking for while Katya is finding that?
Enoch actually goes to the shopkeeper and asks him about, or it is a him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just made sure. I just didn't remember.
Yeah, you're fine.
I have the attention span of a jellyfish right now.
Fair enough.
I ask him, basically, words are hard right now. Low-level spells that are more useful for, rounding out, basically what I looked for in the library.
Okay. Is there any particular spell that you are looking for? because wizards have the vastest spell list.
You know what? Can we come back to me?
Yep.
Let me look through.
Yep. Absolutely. Anybody else?
Valor is just looking to see if he can find anything interesting. He's not looking for anything in specific.
Does Cardin see any magical weapons?
Make a perception check, Carden. Yeah, I mean, Valinor, if you're not really looking for anything specific, there's going to be a lot of things that kind of stand out to you, but at the same time, not a whole lot of things would really catch your attention either.
You'd probably just be looking at like weird little oddballs. They're just interesting, not practical, just interesting.
Okay. And there are a lot of things like that. You gather that this individual is not only a magical art pursuer, but also a collector of odd baubles and things. 21 for a perception check. Okay.
21.
Is there a particular type of weapon that you were looking for, or no?
I mean, Cardin has been preferring like hammers, but at the same time, he sort of misses his sword. So he's just sort of like he's looking for like something like the Raging Flaming Sword of Doom or whatever.
The Raging Flaming Sword of Doom. Okay.
You do see a large sword kind of in a sheath, setting off to one side of the room, and the sheath itself is this this kind of onyx black color with a almost platinum colored crescent moon in the sheath. The pommel itself looks to be a platinum ball that appears to reflect the full moon, kind of leading into this two-handed grip on the hilt before leading into the guard.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Cardin immediately goes over to it.
Okay. You can go over to it. Easy enough to kind of learn, to kind of understand what it is. Most things in here are labeled. This is a moon-touched sword.
Ooh.
The sword, in darkness, when the blade is unsheathed, the sword will shed moonlight off of the blade. It'll shed bright light within 15 feet and dim light for an additional 15 feet. And this is considered a great sword.
And that would be nice since me and Valley don't have dark vision.
And me.
And
yeah, 3 of the 4 party members do not have dark vision.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a cantrip called Light.
I mean, fair, but pretty sword.
Also fair.
And Cardin has apparently just become a weapons collector at this point. So, Cardin's gonna be like, yo, how much is this?
Okay. I am looking for my... that's not it. Okay. Give me 1 second. I am gonna have to find the thing.
The thing?
I want to say it is I want to say it's 150 gold, but I will give you a more exact price in just a second here. See, this item is considered Okay.
Yes.
No idea where that came from, but whatever. Okay. Where did it go? Where did it go? Okay. Yeah. The sword would cost 250 gold.
250?
No, sorry, 150.
Oh,
My bad. 150.
I was like, it better have
No.
for 250.
No. I looked at so I'm looking at a table that tells me how much everything costs. And then I have to kind of imply my own kind of rules and stuff like that within it as well. And what I had looked at was the uncommon item cost instead of the common.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Moon Touch sword is considered a common weapon.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, Cardin is going to Cardin wants it because it's pretty, but at the same time, he knows he already has stuff that works for him. So he's sort of going back and forth with it. Like he's talking back and forth with himself.
Is it out loud?
It's like a muttering back and forth with himself.
Like a pretty sword, but already have pretty sword.
Cardin realizes then, actually, I'm going to just do something for myself real quick. Okay. I was about to say Cardin realizes he is in capital city or whatever, so there might be a better place to buy things, but at the same time, shiny object.
Mm.
But shiny object is not a character flaw, so we're good.
Is it anything like shiny teeth?
No, my character flaw is violence is the answer to almost any challenge.
You're not getting the reference.
No.
Shiny teeth and me, shiny teeth, shiny teeth.
None
of you watched Fairly Odd Parents as a kid, did
it's been a little while.
Odd Parents, but it's been a while.
Been a while. Been a few years.
Been a while. Cardin will he has this internal struggle, and then he's just sort of like I don't feel like carrying this yet. I might come back for it later. Type of deal.
The shopkeep kind of goes, suit yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know you're not really interested in anything.
No,
I have two things I'm interested in.
Okay.
One is Shocking Grasp.
Okay.
Thanks.
And what's the other one?
Mind Sliver.
Mind Sliver. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. They do have, or he does have shocking grasp. But he does not have Mind Sliver. He's heard of it. And he could probably create one, but it would take him a little bit of time.
How long?
It's a rudimentary spell, so probably a day.
I turn to Ada. Will we be in town that long?
That's up to you, you lot. Depends on if you leave here or not. After this, we've alerted all of the cities, and we still have a few days, I believe, till the summons.
I would like to be back in town before Mayor Zio leaves for the meeting. At the very least, tell him we've delivered all the letters.
Fair enough. How many days have we got left?
Let's see, how long has it been since we started?
Enoch, you would know that you have
Day 16, right?
You are on day 16 of 21. So roughly 5 days, including today.
We have about 5 days. Today included.
So, I mean, as long as we give them... As long as we leave... Not tomorrow evening, but the day after that morning. If we leave that morning, we should have time to get to the city and then to the summons. Grounds. Sorry, summons grounds.
Anyone else have a complaint with that?
No.
No? Just means I'm going to have to look harder and more efficiently when we get to the library.
You can always do things a little harder.
Boo! Upon completion of the scroll, it would run you 50 gold pieces per scroll. So for a cantrip, it's 50 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But you, as a wizard, can add that to your spell book and have it permanently.
Mm-hmm.
Also, provided you have ink and paper for.
I will have to buy the ink and paper for it.
Okay. Trying to remember if that is outlined in your class. I want to say it is, but... Oh, it's probably up here. For each level of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and costs 50 gold pieces. The cost represents material components you expend. So 50 gold pieces
Well, hold on.
of paper.
Hold on. It does say when you find a wizard spell of first level or higher.
Not what I'm looking at.
Copying a spell into the book.
Oh, up there at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that, but if you go down, it says for each level of the scroll or of the spell, the process takes 2 hours and 50 gold pieces. I consider that cantrip.
Okay.
Yeah, because you do remember, you will have to remember. I think it's wizards. I don't remember. Yeah, they have a number of cantrips that they can have prepared per day. Which you're at 4, so you can have 4 cantrips known/prepared, because I don't care about that as much as other people do. I feel like if you're after cantrips, you can have the cantrips, but you can still only have a certain number of them prepared per day.
Fair enough.
That's the way that I rule it, and people can take it that way. And do remember, actually you won't need to keep that in mind, because the spells that you are after are not necromancy. So it would take, for a cantrip, or for the 2 cantrips, it would take you 4 hours and 100 gold pieces for paper and ink. So you would want to bear that in mind as well for your
I'll buy the Shocking Grass spell.
Okay.
And the paper and ink for both.
Okay. So that would be, what did I say, 150 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's 150 gold up front, and then I'm assuming tomorrow you'll want to buy the other.
Mm-hmm.
The other, so. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, you're not buying anything. Anybody else wanting to buy anything here?
Are there health potions?
You can acquire health potions here. And kind of, yes, I have those.
How much are they running for?
Are you making fun of my tongue?
Imitation is the best form of flattery.
Whoever told you that is an idiot.
You're talking about a barbarian tribe. I'm not surprised.
That's not it. 1 second here.
At least I'm asking for health pots.
Okay. 1 second here. Ooh, okay. Give me 1 second. I gotta figure out how many of these they have. Yeah, they probably have any of those. Never mind. Okay. He goes, I have several. I have... where did I put that, actually, now that I put it? Oops. Give me 1 second here.
Just because it's really not good for the party to have 0 health pots.
Yeah, yeah. That's fair.
And I use them the most.
Okay. They have. He informs you that he has 4 regular healing potions. Oh,
You all good there, Rona?
Yeah, I'm good. I lagged out. Something about health pots?
yeah. So he's asking about how much a healing potion would be. They have 4 of the regular healing potions that run. The regulars run 50 gold apiece. They have 3. Let me double check, make sure. They have 3 greater healing potions that run about 200 gold pieces apiece.
Ooh.
And he currently has, also in supply, 3 superior healing potions that run. Where did it go? Hold on one second.
Out of price range.
Yeah, it's like 2,000 gold.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Where does somebody get that kind of money?
Those superior health potions are insane. So.
Yeah.
How much do they heal?
8d4 plus 8.
Oh. Upwards of 40 HP.
Could be.
Cardinal, go ahead and take. Cardinal take 1 health pot, just a normal one.
Okay. You just want 1?
Yeah, I just want 1.
Okay, go ahead and mark off 50 gold pieces then.
I'll buy 1 too, why not?
Okay, go ahead and mark off 50 gold.
Yep.
Well, I will too.
Okay, again, 50 gold.
Healing. How much does it heal again?
A regular healing potion heals for 2d4 plus 2.
Gotcha.
Does Denock want to buy 1 as well?
No, Denock's good. He's already spent his cash.
Fair enough. Okay. With that, you guys begin to leave the shop and begin to make your way towards the area that you were summoned to meet with this ruler of the city, Vom, as you've heard.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys leave, Katya,
Uh-oh.
you begin walking, and you hear a voice.
Male or
in your
female?
head. Male.
Okay.
It's familiar. It's your father.
My father.
Catherine.
Excitement.
Where are you? I've been to your house and you are not there. Your mother is worried sick. Please be well, my sweet, sweet darling. And that's where it ends. And that's
Am I-
also where we're
am I
going
able-
to end. That is
Can
where
I
we're going to end
respond?
the session tonight. I'm going to have you respond next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, kind of on a little bit of a hanger there, but it also gives you time to
Formulate a
think about
response.
what you want to.
Okay.
Think about what you want to say. Keep in mind this is the use of a rare spell, so you have 25 words.
Gotcha.
So, all right, yep, that is where we're gonna end tonight. Just because it is starting to get rather late for all of us, we have more than made up the time that we missed. Guys, I'm real sorry, but we don't really have anything to really announce. Next week, Friday, for sure, D&D. There might be a stream here or there on my end throughout the week. I don't know what I'm going to do. Follow me on Twitter in order to figure it out, because I'll figure it out and post it over there. And yeah, that's really all I got. Just, that's what it is. If you've missed any of our videos, go check out our YouTube channel, because I upload them all over there. So, yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight, guys. We really appreciate everybody kind of sticking through all of this. And we hope you guys are really enjoying it as the party begins to delve deeper into what is this world of Mundus. Thank you and good night.
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 All right.
See you in a week.